Good morning. It's time for coffee with Karma, and I am here first thing in the morning as I promised you yesterday. So, the question for today is, have you ever felt overwhelmed by the research you want to do for your book, for your blogs, for your podcast, for your business, whatever? As nonfiction purveyors, there comes a time when you might want to do some secondary research, which is like you're researching the research of others. You may want to do original research, although most of us are not like Brene Brown and academics who do original research. Most of us are actually doing secondary research to support our own intuitive and experiential understandings of how things work. Hi, this is Karma Spence of Coffee with Karma, and today I'm going to be talking about three things that can help you organize and get a handle on your research. And part of the reason why this is top of mind is because I'm researching one of my books that's going to come out next year, currently slotted for June, called The Author Switch. And this book is about turning on your author switch and keeping it on, keeping it glitch free. That's what I'm calling writer's block, a glitch in your author switch. So I have this framework that there are these 6 predominant causes, which I call monsters. In fact, you can vote on what icon I use for the Mind Goblin monster this month and enter to win a prize. I will put a link below for that. And every month I'll be releasing the next slot of images I could possibly use for each of the 6 monsters. But anyway, that's not what today's coffee with Karma is about. It's about research and how to organize it. So the first tip, and this tip is applicable to all sorts of areas in your life and your business, and that is understand why. Why are you doing the research? If you're just doing it for fun, admit it. If you think it's hoots and giggles, good for you. I do lots of research that has nothing to do with a future book because it's just fun. I like reading about science. It's fun. But when you are researching for your book, for your blog, for your podcast, whatever it is, you need to understand why are you doing that research? What is the end goal you're trying to achieve? And understanding this purpose helps you guide your research and it keeps you laser focused. So, for example, why am I doing the research I'm doing for the author switch? Well, like I said, I've got these 6 purposes. I've got these 6 causes of glitches in your author switch. And intuitively, I came up with them, and now I'm looking for scientific evidence that these are the right 6, that I'm talking about them in the right way, and that there's evidence that supports they can cause a creative block. And so far, at least my 6 have been validated. There may be more, or those more may be multi-monster glitches, which I had already thought of. I mean, I'd already thought that, you've got your predominant monster, but you rarely, like if your predominant monster is Mind Goblin, you probably also have an emotional hobgoblin, and you might have an environmental ogre as well. But you have a predominant one. So sometimes understanding what the predominant one helps you find the right cures for that. But also sometimes understanding what your secondary and tertiary ones are is helpful because if you can get rid of those, it takes the pressure off the predominant one. Anyway, I'm going way too much into my why. That's the first tip. The second tip is quality over quantity. So, I mean, there's the obvious. Stick to trusted resources. Like I'm actually going to scientific journals to get my research. I'm not just going to Wikipedia because Wikipedia may fall back on and may be based on original research it's also filled with opinion of the person who wrote the Wikipedia entry. And fun fact, when I first started on this and I thought, okay, I really want to get a journal article, I will have chat help me do the research. Ah, if you watched my interview, my podcast episode on AI Advantage, which I will find the link and I'll drop it below as well. I did tell this story where I put into chat, can you find, is there scientific evidence that links health with writer's block? And it was, please give me citations, journal articles, citations that I can go look up and provide the links if you can. So it goes, sure, gave me 10. 5 of them were actual and real, and I could go to them and read the actual art. 5 of them were complete fiction. And when I said to chat, guess what? You told me this existed and it didn't. It doesn't exist. It said, oh, well, it was theoretically possible that it could have existed. I didn't know you wanted the real thing. I can't do that. Well, why didn't you say that to begin with? Because, honestly, now that I'm on chat 4 and I don't use chat 3.5, chat 4 is much more upfront and honest about, I'm sorry, I can't help you with that. I'm sorry, I can't help you with that. I did that last night. I was looking for something specific, and so I had to get more and more generic before it finally gave me a response other than, I'm sorry, I can't help you with that. So take things with a grain of salt. Go for the original research. And my third tip is to organize as you go. Because it's just an awful feeling to have to go. First of all, this is what I did with Public Speaking Superpowers. I didn't organize as I went. And so when it came down for me to organize all my research, I had to literally cut everything into little pieces of paper and start trying to put them in the right piles. It took days. So this time, now that I'm doing the author switch, this is how I've been doing my research. I take my original source, and in one Word document, I jot down all my notes, pull all my quotes, put the proper citations on them, blah, blah, blah. Then, before I go on to the next original source of research, I take all those notes and I put them into a second Word doc that's organized by topic. So this note is about body banshees. It goes in the body banshees section. This note is about mind goblins. It goes in the mind goblins section. This one's more general about writer's block. It goes in that. And so I've got 2 Word docs. One that is my initial notes, and one is that my notes that are organized. And the reason why I don't just automatically plop them into the organized note while I'm going is for efficiency. Because I found that I started doing that at first, but as that other, it's like, I think it's up to 40, 50 pages now. Trying to find the section I want to put it in was slowing down my research and it slowed down my flow. So that's why I have the 2 documents. So do something like that. Organize your research as you go so that once you're done researching, it's all organized and you can just get to writing. So now when I go to write my book, I'm going to write the chapter about body banshees. I go to the section, pull all those notes, go through them, organize them, but it's all about body banshees. So again, my 3 tips. Understand your why so it keeps you focused. Focus on quality research over quantity and use original sources. And not only take notes, but organize them as you go. So I hope that you found today's Coffee with Karma helpful. If you have tips, actually, how do you organize and keep yourself focused in your research? I would love to hear, and I'm sure other watchers of Coffee with Karma would love to read your responses. Drop them in a comment below. And if you want to explore how I could help you along your author's journey, including maybe helping you figure out how to do your research, drop a gift below and let me know, and I will contact you in the DMs. Of course, you do have to be a friend in order for the DM to get to you efficiently, so friend me first. Anyway, ciao for now. I'll see you tomorrow. And tomorrow, see, I'm going to get organized with these. Tomorrow, I'm going to be talking a little bit about crafting the perfect blueprint. See you tomorrow. Ciao.